Good morning, afternoon, and evening. Welcome back to Zeke1 Plays. I'm so glad that you're here. Nintendo had an outrageously successful year in 2017, and this video is going to be the first in a series to rank every Nintendo-published game that was published on the Nintendo Switch by year. And we're starting at the beginning with every Switch game released in 2017, and what a year of just banger games we have here. So please subscribe, and you won't miss a single episode. I'm desperately trying to hit the 1,000 subscriber mark, so please help me get there. And remember to like as well. That helps my video get out there to other people. Now, Nintendo released 10 games in 2017 for the brand new, at the time, Nintendo Switch, and they have average units sold between them of about 16.5 million apiece, these 10 games. And Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey, and Mario Kart are all at or above the 30 million mark, which is crazy. These 10 games also have an average Metacritic score of 83. This is just an unreal lineup of games. So now I'm going to rank them all based on my own opinion of their quality. And if it goes well, maybe we can do a community ranking down the road somewhere. All of this in celebration as we get ready to go into the Nintendo Switch 2 time here in just like a month or two, and I'm so excited about it. Number 10. Fire Emblem Warriors. Okay, the reason this one's at number 10 primarily is due to not playing it a whole lot. But the reason is this is really not my style of game. Okay, the only one like this that I've played is Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, and that was more because it was tied into the Legend of Zelda series, the Breath of the Wild. It was considered kind of a prequel to Breath of the Wild, so I'm like, I gotta play it. But yeah, I'm sure this is an alright game, Fire Emblem Warriors, but even if I had played it, I'm pretty sure it still would have been here at the bottom of this list. That's just how good these 10 Nintendo games are. Number 9. 1-2 Switch. I remember booting this one up as one of my first Switch games to even open on the Switch as I pulled it out of the box. It was a blast. It reminded me of some of the best parts of Wii Sports from when I first got a Wii as a child, but the problem here lies in its replayability. This game is basically a tech demo for the new Switch tech, including the IR camera, the HD rumble, and the Ultra Gyro controls. It was an amazing and fun tech demo, but it lacked any real substance that would take it beyond a game that you only play as a way to show off your new console. I would probably stand at a booth at a conference somewhere playing this game for hours on end. I'd even played in the hotel room that night as the proud owner of a new Switch. But in terms of games I'm going to pull off the shelf later, this isn't one of them. Number 8, Pokken Tournament DX. An amazing visual experience. I want to say that right out the gate. Pokken was all about Pokemon meeting the fighting game genre. So yeah, I mean, it's well made, it's fun to watch. It even has a great selection of Pokemon to choose from. But what holds this one back for me is the complicated nature of the game. It's really not an easy pick up and play game. Additionally, I would say that Pokemon, featuring in fighting games, is done better in Super Smash Bros. That game, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate especially, fully satisfies my need to play as Pokemon in a fighting game, making this game almost entirely unnecessary for me as a casual fighting game player. So it is fun. It's still like a 7 out of 10 in terms of quality. I'm glad it exists, but it isn't my cup of tea. Number 7, Snipper Clips. Cut it out together. Now, this game, oh my gosh, I love it. It is just so cute. It exudes the Nintendo je ne sais quoi that the brand is known for, right? Kawaii cuteness and zany, innovative gameplay. This game is only limited by its limited pool of content. Of course, more content was released for it later in 2017, but the base gameplay of just cutting back and forth on each other to make shapes and solve puzzles or to play sports or to fill up vats of water, it was a blast. My partner and I, as well as my other family members who played with me, laughed out loud almost constantly while playing it. And I highly recommend it. It's still playable and super fun even to this day. If a follow-up was released for Switch 2, I would definitely be a day one purchaser of that title. Number 6, ARMS. Now here is yet another brand new IP from Nintendo. This one is a fighting game too, but it's also, I would say, an arcadey party game. It does everything right that Pokken falls short at. It's approachable. It's extremely simple, but it also has deep gameplay systems that can be mastered for advanced gameplay or competition. You can quickly figure out characters and stages that you like to play, but there are also so many other modes that you can play, like sports, volleyball, hoops, target practice, right? This game's a blast. I've constantly booted this one back up over the years to play with friends and family alike. I would probably rank it like 8 out of 10, right? Fun to this day, and I hope that something similar is in the works from this developer from the same IP somewhere down the line. Number 5, Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Okay, RPG gush time. Final Fantasy VII, Chrono Trigger, and Golden Sun are 3 of the only role-playing games that I could think of that I like the story more than Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 has it all for a JRPG. It has characters that make you laugh, make you throw fits of rage, make you cry. It has a story that takes such a huge anime turn at the end that it makes you scratch your head and cheer all at the same time. It has deep combat and a super rewarding systems of combat and looting and everything, especially so during the end game boss fights, and that part of the game I thought was especially remarkable. Now, this is a fantastic RPG, but it doesn't top my list because, as you'll see, the ones at the top of this list are just juggernauts. But this game is definitely worth all 100 hours that I spent playing it. Number 4, Splatoon 2. This is the first Splatoon that I would say the whole world played. Many of us had heard of Splatoon after its debut on the Wii U, but Splatoon 2 was an opportunity for everyone to try, and boy does it deliver. A Nintendo-style shooter game was not something that I thought I needed, but this one just works. I mean, it seriously does. The adventure mode is all right, but the multiplayer is just endlessly replayable and engaging, especially with the upgrade system where you can get new weapons and new clothing items to help you perform better online. But my favorite part of this game, yeah, it's Salmon Run. This is similar to Zombies from the Call of Duty universe, except with limited rounds, but the game mode gets very hard, very hectic as well, right? But anyway, as I got ready for this video, it was a joy booting this game back up, hearing the music, playing online again, and I only hope that this IP will continue to shine brightly on Nintendo Switch 2. Number 3, and here's where we get into the top 3 I could see on anybody's list. Any one of these 3 could be the top slot. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Another Wii U title that many missed out on, that was brought over to the Switch as a launch title. And really, there was no better option. I mean, for racing games, especially kart racers, but not necessarily limited to those, Mario Kart is simply the most refined, most balanced, fun for all ages option on the market to date. The visuals are top tier. The throwbacks to older games scratch that nostalgia itch, right? The wide selection of characters and karts allows for limitless replayability for this game, and it allows for pretty deep competition as well. The online functionality is seamless. The battle mode is a blast in local play with a full room of friends. None of this is even mentioning the booster pass that adds dozens more tracks and a few more characters. There's a reason that this game is the greatest selling game on the Nintendo Switch and one of the greatest selling games of all time. And I'm still at this point, which is only April, unconvinced that Mario Kart World is going to surpass the smoothness and the greatness that is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Time will tell, but this 9 out of 10 title definitely deserves number 3 on this list. Number 2, Super Mario Odyssey. Okay, these last 2 for me are both 10s, 10 out of 10s, and they're both 97s on Metacritic. So I just wanted to put that out there because these 2 could feasibly land in either order on any given day. Today, though, Super Mario Odyssey is in the second slot, the second best game released by Nintendo in 2017. This game is massive for a Mario title, and it's rife with secrets, collectibles, hidden areas to find. even spending 40 plus hours on this game could result in there being content that you haven't even found yet. For 3D Mario fans, it's unmistakably smooth and beautiful, as every entry has been in this game series in each respective generation. For completionists, there's a lot to keep you busy here. 800 some odd moons, right, to gather, and in the end, when you finish gathering them, you find yourself wishing that there were more. The innovations here include the capture system, the level design philosophy, the new cast of minor villains, right? All of these are at peak creativity and highly engaging, and that's saying something for Nintendo and the way that they create games. The visuals, especially on the water levels, are just jaw-dropping. There's so much to say about this game. The only sad thing about it is it never received proper DLC or new levels, but the package as it is still stands at a whopping perfect 10 out of 10. It's the best 3D Mario game, it's the best ever platformer, and it's one of my favorite games of all time. Number 1, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. The number 1 slot today goes to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and just being real, I don't have much to say that hasn't already been said. The visuals, the gameplay featuring the Sheikah Slate, the breakable weapon system, Master Mode, released later I know, but still, mob spawn generation, like when the blood moon happens and all the monsters come back to life, the no loading screen open world, paragliding, the cooking system, the stasis flying. I mean, I could probably go on naming 20 more items just like that from this game, and each one that I named, you would go, yep, that was amazing. Breath of the Wild was a revolutionary title in a time when the future of video games, especially for Nintendo following the Wii U, was uncertain. In Breath of the Wild, it reinvented the idea of an open-world game and a non-linear narrative. Here are a list of fan-beloved games that I assure you, looking back now, would not exist in their final version if it weren't for innovations made here in Breath of the Wild. Obviously, The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, but also Elden Ring, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, Pokemon Legends Arceus, Hogwarts Legacy, Ghosts of Tsushima, and even Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. All of these just well-reviewed, well-loved games by certain people probably wouldn't exist without some of the innovations made here. Now, before this, we were all getting tired of the Ubisoft-style, waypoint seeker games where you're just following little arrows around on a big, dead map, right? But Breath of the Wild broke new ground for the action-adventure, open-world gaming space, and we're still living in the fallout of that today. Hope you enjoyed this list of the top 10 games Nintendo released in 2017. Please remember to subscribe as we're pushing toward 1,000 subscribers. And stay tuned for more updates to this series of videos that's as fascinating and fun for me to research and make as it is to watch, I'm sure. And join me on the journey as we go toward Nintendo Switch 2 later this year. See you in the next video.